particular field for quite a long time. We are very honored to have among the behavioral analyst Suprita ma'am, who has been into MBA marketing, and prior to that, she had done her graduations in sociology. She has been into mentoring and coaching from the Center of Excellence in Organization Institute of Generative Leadership, and has completed her management programs from ISB Hyderabad as well as IIM Kolkata. She had been a very chartered career with HDFC, ICICI, and Axis Bank, and now she's handling her own entrepreneurial academic activities in behavioral analysis. So we would like to be very honored to have ma'am amongst us. Thank you so much for giving us some time in your busy schedule. And the students are eagerly waiting, ma'am, for your session. So we would like to hand over the session to you so that you can begin.
Thank you, Professor Gupta, for this lovely and motivating introduction. So, I'm really honored to be a part of this group. And I remember my college days when I'm not an engineer, but I remember my college days when I stepped out of my school and I went to Delhi for it was an unknown world, moving from Patna to Delhi and, sitting for my orientation. So I remember, and I welcome all the students of 2021, wishing you all a very happy new year. I would like to extend my thanks to Honorable Principal Sir Dr. P.P. Bhattacharya, Asansol Engineering College, which is a joint venture between Techno India Group and JIS Group, uh, Honorable Registrar, Advisor, all HODs, and all faculty members. So I think I'm Suprita Sinha, and as Professor Gupta has already given an introduction about myself, so, yes, it's very true that I have worked with human behavior for quite some time, though not in a structured manner. But yes, being a banker for 17 years, I have come across, worked with people who were older to me, worked with people who were like you all, like just out of their graduation years, worked with relationship managers, sales teams. I've headed uh, branches, and it was a very rich experience, and it was a learning experience for me. And yes, of course, my career was also not decided. So it's not that I wanted to be a banker out of my, college days, but it just went through and I took it and I learned from my experience. There were failures in life, and but every experience has given me something, where I have learned when I look back, when I reflect. And I must say that, you students who are here today, you all are bright students because you've cracked the entrance exams and you're here, and you're here with a dream, with a vision, with some aspirations. And I wish you all the best for this, and I know that it has been a tough year for all of you, with the COVID, with all of us, with this pandemic and challenges. But it's so nice to see all of you adapting, all of us rather adapting to the new way of learning. We don't know how long this is going to be there, but that's something which will keep us going. There were setbacks. The whole world was had almost come to a standstill, but we took out. We human beings have taken out. We have innovated things and we have moved ahead. So that's what it's about when we look at looking at possibilities. So to start with, like you are out of school and you have entered into this is the first year batch, right, sir? So they're out from school and this is the first year.
Most of them are from first year, ma'am, but then there are second year and higher semester students as well.
Okay, so people who are out for the first time, a college environment is a very different environment. Your school was a very protected environment, so it's a different experience being in college where you are taking your decisions. You are the makers of your future. You don't have many limitations. School is all about a controlled environment, so it's all about what choices you make going ahead. And remember one thing, like there are many choices in life which you make, which is which might not be as per what you wanted, but never regret any decision in your life. If you have taken the decision, you've taken the decision to study here, to become an engineer. You might have some other dreams as well going forward, 4 years down the line, what you want to do. People who are in the second or the third year, what do you want to do? So every experience in life is a learning, so just go with the flow and enjoy the journey. Don't create pressure on yourself that I have to do this. Of course, you have to have aims in your life. Because without aims and aspirations, you cannot get anywhere. It's like a headless ship, without a ship without a radar. So, as sir very rightly said, that human interaction is something which is very important, because when you grow in your career, when you are out of the college, so you will have, even if you will see a difference from school to college to the uh, to the outside world. It might be the corporate world, it might be the because some of you might have dreams of getting to the corporate world, some of you might have dreams of becoming going for say your higher studies, maybe mtech. Some of you might go for research, some of you might become professors and create more impart your knowledge and create community of engineers. But it is very important to know, whatever you're doing today, why are you doing? That brings in clarity in you. Success will follow clarity. Clarity is, why am I doing something? The why piece is very important. You all know, you all know Steve Jobs. So why do people, a Samsung phone and an Apple phone have almost the same facilities? I'm not a very technical person, but you know, why do I want to buy an Apple? It's not because of it's a brand which they have created, and that brand has come from why. If I have to sell myself tomorrow after 4 years, if I have to go out in the market, and because I'm a product, I have to create myself, I have to polish myself. And if I'm going out in the world, it is with why should a company absorb me? Why should I get into a particular institute? Why have you been chosen for Asansol Engineering College? And one more thing, have be fortunate enough to acknowledge the fact that you've got this opportunity. A lot of people in this world, a lot of students in this world do not have this opportunity as well. So for a lot of people, your career, your studies might be a dream life. So that's something which you should you should uh, like you should remember throughout your life, because it's a long journey which you have, and it's a learning journey. You should remember throughout your life, whatever you've got, have gratitude for that. That's very important, because a lot of people don't get things which we have or which you all have today. So I'll just share my screen 1 minute. And I would like it to be a participative and an interactive. I think there are some people waiting in the lobby, sir. So whenever you feel, you can interrupt me, or you can put your questions in the chat box and uh, ask questions, whatever you feel like. So we are here to speak about career clarity, success. So as I said, if you have the clarity for what you are doing, why you are doing, why is the most important piece of it, your career will definitely be successful. So I'll just give you a brief, and then I want to hear from you all, what comes to your mind when you think about success. You all have something in mind. So see, everybody is different. All of us, all 100, people out here, we are all different, and we exhibit different designs. By designs, I mean different behavioral characteristics. Okay, and uh, all of us are successful in our own manner, because you might feel, okay, this is the guy, he's the he's the student who scores the highest, and so he must be getting the placement. I don't have a chance. That's not the case. You need to understand that everybody is different and everybody is successful in their own way. You need to first be better versions of yourself. Know yourself first. What are your traits? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? If all of us have certain strengths. It's not that somebody who's a backbencher, or somebody who has not scored well in school or in college, does not have any strength. And we have so many examples from so many fields. So very important, you have to believe in yourself, and you should not be afraid of losing. You might have failures in life. All of us have failures in life, but it's okay. You have to get up and learn from whatever you have failed at. Just see how I can do things differently, or whether what I'm doing is the right thing for me or not. Because everybody, we normally have this tendency of seeing that people who are extroverted have a chance to win over others. They speak a lot, maybe in the class, and all of you have seen this. Somebody who speaks a lot in the class, or a person who's very open and asks a lot of questions in the class. People feel that he or she is very good, but no, that's his style. That's his behavioral style. He loves to ask questions. But then there is an introverted person also, and there's more to not only is just extroversion or introversion, but he or she might not open up in a group. So as teachers or as students, we should know, because when you go out of this college, and when you're leading teams, because you will get into human interaction. If you want to become the CEO of an organization, if you of any organization, you want to become a scientist, anything, whatever you want to become, you want to become an IS officer, whatever it is, you will ultimately be dealing with people. You want to head a college, so ultimately you're dealing with people, and you should know what behavior they're exhibiting, why they are exhibiting, why they are behaving, because you have to work in a team ultimately, and ensure that your team performs, you perform, so that you get the best results, whatever you desire. So very important, know people around you, know yourself, and know others. So tell me something, if any of you can put up in the chat or whatever, if you want to speak up. For you, what does success mean? Any chats? Okay, so I'll go ahead.
There is a question, madam.
Sorry.
There is a question from
Okay, yes.
Joyita Shen, IT department. She is asking that, ma'am, what is important for engineer?
What is important for an engineer is a question which it depends on what you want. what is important? Why have you chosen engineering? What do you want? Do you want to you know, get a job out of this? If a job, what type of a job? Do you want to get into the manufacturing sector? Do you want to get into the services sector? Do you want to get into the government sector? So for any person, for any engineer or any other person, it is important that you know the concepts very well. You have the knowledge. You know, just don't go by uh, you know, like what you call as getting grades and being the, you know, don't run after the grades and the marks and the percentage. Learn your concepts, because you will, when you move out of the college, when you're sitting for your campus placements and all, you will be checked. Of course marks is important, but then if you have the marks but you don't have the concepts, you might sail through in one go. You might not sail through in your, you know, long term in your life if you don't have the concepts right with you. It can be your engineering concepts, it can be the stream which you choose to follow, or whatever stream, if it's electrical, computer science, whatever it is. And it is important that, as I said, know yourself, because after a certain point of time, after 10 or 15 years of your service or work, it will not be about your academics unless you are in academics. If you're working in the other sector, it will not be about your technical knowledge, it will be about your handling teams, handling people. How you say, if you are the CEO of a manufacturing organization, you know, need not be extremely good at technicalities. You need to know the skill, you should have the strategy. Anything else?
So, madam, there are more questions, but I think it is better if we take questions after your session.
Sure.
And if you want, then I can take it. No issue.
Sure, not an issue. Then we can take it after the session.
Okay, okay. It is better, I think.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. So, see, it's about clarity. As I was telling you, we all know what we are doing. Okay. How we do that, also, a lot of people know. But why we do is something very important. And that drives that drives you as a person. So you know what is your capability, your skills. So you might be good at say, you might be good at sports, you might be good at you know, in one particular subject, you might be good at studies, you know what your skills are. You might, you know, you might be having lot of your activities in your colleges. You might be a good team leader, you might be a good monitor of your class, you might. So you know, I'm good at certain projects, I'm good at execution. Somebody might be good at execution, somebody might be good at leading. So you know what your skills are. And what you and the how part is about, when you see, when you have your group activities in teams, or when you have your presentations which you're presenting to the to your faculty members. It's about you know, say one member in your team is lazy, is not doing it, or he is shy of presenting. So it's up to you to bring out that person and help him. And you see what are the observable behaviors which he or she is exhibiting. Why is he not speaking? Say five of you have to present something to your faculty member, one batchmate of yours is not okay with it. So your team is, you know, your team chance has a chance to win, but you are losing out because of him. So what will you do? Will you blame him that, you know, this person is not good, I don't want him in my team, he or she never speaks up, or he doesn't understand anything? So that's not what it's, because you don't have a choice when you go out you know, to work. You don't have a choice what type of people you get, what type of bosses you work with, what type of colleagues you work with. So you have to look at yourself, enhance your knowledge, your behavior, your changes, and then make the other person understand. So that's what is about how you do it. And why you do it as innate drivers. What do you mean by innate? Innate would be your intrinsic motivators. There are two things which motivate all of us in life. One is money. What motivates us is money. I get a job, I work for money, I get paid. Tomorrow I get another job, they give me a higher salary, I move out. So yes, that is important. Maybe for a lot of you might not be, but that might not sail you through in the long run of your career after 20 years or after 10 years. So look at yourself when you have joined this college. Where do you see yourself 4 years down the line, 5 years down the line? People who are in the first year or people who are in the last year, maybe, you know, where do I see myself 5 years down the line or 3 years down the line? What do I want in life actually? Whether, you know, do I want to become a do I want to teach? Do I want to become a faculty member and create more engineers? I might be having a dream that, these are the things which I could not learn. I want to impart my knowledge. Some people might want to get into the corporates. Some people might want to get into research because they want to create something for the society. So understand, if you're doing something, there are many people whom I've seen. I have seen my, like my colleagues, children, and everybody. They tell me, my father told me to become an engineer, so I've become an engineer. I don't know what to do. So, you pass out with good grades. That's it. After that, what? You get a job. You will have to enhance your skills continuously. You will have to learn your skills continuously, enhance your skills, learn what is there. You will have to upskill yourself continuously throughout these 4 years, because this is a golden period of your time when you can use your time for yourself. Once you get into the rat race of the corporate world, or you get into a job, you will not have the time. Then you might regret, I wish I had done this when I was studying. So I'll just these are certain factors which will lead you to succeed. So we have a lot of limitations. So it's not only, and these limiting beliefs are only our imagination, that I can't do it. I am not from this college. I am not from IIMs, so I cannot do it. I am not from Stanford. I'm not from Harvard. The moment we see somebody with a tag, with a brand, of course, I'm not saying he's bad, but you might feel that, okay, I don't know what to do. So that's your limitation, your belief, your imagination that you are not good. Or if you take your example, say in your college, there must be somebody who's scoring very good in the semesters, and somebody who might not be scoring very good. When you have your placements, maybe you'll feel, this guy will get through, my colleague, my friend will get through, but I will not get through because he has good grades. So that's your belief. What can you do? You might have average grades, you might have good grades, you might not be amongst the top 10, but still you are good. The fact that you are here, and the fact that you are studying, and you have to be true to yourself, you have to push yourself, because no one else is going. Your teachers, your professors, your parents can uh, push you to an extent. They can guide you, they can mentor you, they can help you, but you have to decide that what you want in life. As I was telling you, you dream it. 5 years down the line, I want to see myself in this position. 10 years down the line, or 6 years down the line, or have a goal in your life. Keep a goal 5 years down the line. These are the companies which I want to get through. These are the organizations where I want to work. Or I want to become, I want to get into the teaching world, or I want to become an IAS, or whatever your dream is. Or I want to get into the, into research, and this is what I want to do. Because unless you move out of your comfort zone, unless you strive for it, unless you go in for, you get onto the hard path, you will never learn. You will not be able to value the things if things come on a platter to you. You have to work the hard way out, and you have to achieve it, because unless you put in hard work, you will not be able to understand what is the value of what you have got. I'll just share an example. In one of my careers, just 5 years back, it was there. I was working in Pune, and I moved to Calcutta on a transfer, and I was heading a branch of a bank, of Axis Bank. And how it works in branch banking is that you have a lot of clients who have a lot of, there are clients who maintain 10,000 to 10 crores of money. And that's how, because I have generally been into a sales profession throughout. So it's about increasing the branch base business, creating bottom lines, ensuring profitability. So what happens is, when you are working in a branch, you have to ensure that there are no escalations, your customers are happy. So I took over this branch, and I was going through the books, and I saw that a lot of accounts are dormant accounts. They are not maintaining anything with us. So I asked one of my relationship managers that, let's go and meet some of these accounts. So he said that, yes, ma'am, we can meet, but this customer is very irate. He will, one of the clients we just picked up, I was checking. So I said, okay, let's see what happens. So I called up the customer, and I still date I remember. He tells me that you might come down, Miss Sinha. You come with an account closure form. I don't want to keep any business with your bank. I said, okay, fine, sir. So I took three account closure forms. There were three accounts, and I went. I met him there. So we had a brief discussion. He was very irate with the customer. He was very irate with our. So imagine, I was representing a brand. So so what he did was he said, okay, fine, since you have come and pleaded, I will not close the account, but I will not be having any kind of transactions, and you are not going to sell me any kind of investment products, any kind of, I'll not be giving you a single penny. I said, okay, fine, sir, you just keep the account with us. So so that was fine because he was extremely irate. There were some wrongdoings which happened with with him, and he was not happy. So we continued that way for 2 months, 3 months. We served him with whatever requests he had, whatever service requests he had. And after 2 months, he said, I want a loan. So we were able to help him with a loan. So this continued. He started building up his brand. And in the month of March, which is generally the closing for banks, and it's a tough month because it's you have to put up all your targets and everything. We Since we were so close and we built up such a good relationship that we were able to sell him one of the biggest investment products, and it was the biggest deal of the year, for which we won contests, we won accolades. My relationship manager got promoted. So this is why I'm saying this is that this customer had been written off from the branch books, that he will not give anything. वो बहुत irate customer है, वो कुछ नहीं करता है. Don't go and waste your time. So it's all about possibilities. It's about what lens you are wearing. What is the possibility which you see here, that is important. So no person or no product or nobody in this world is not important. Everybody is important. They have their own way of showing their importance. So that's what I want to tell you, that it's all about possibilities. Don't think, you might be seeing that during your final year of placements or something, I did not get through this. That's not the end of the world. Fine, you might not have got through an organization, you might not have got through a company, but there are other ways. There are other ways of proving it, and you all know it because you have this. You have seen the COVID phase of it. That's what. So all of us have sailed through the COVID phase, and we know we have adapted. So it's very important that you adapt to others' styles. Extremely important. And you have to move out of your comfort zone. You have to listen to, like I had it was very offending when the customer used to tell me, used to abuse me or used to tell me things that which I didn't want to hear about my brand, the organization which I was working for. He used to tell a number of things about that. Today, if somebody tells you something wrong about your alma mater, about your college, you will not like it. Okay, so I didn't like it, but it was a discomfort zone which I was working in, but that sailed me through. The results didn't come immediately. Results came after 7 8 months, and today he's an extremely good friend of ours. So he calls up for any kind of uh, any kind of a opinion or anything, any kind of an advice, a banking advice or anything. So that's what it is about. So it's very important that you have to push yourself. You have to ensure that you are dreaming it. Have something, have a vision. That's very important. Otherwise it will be extremely difficult to like to move. And these are the golden years of your, you have your mentors, you have a faculty who is going to help you, and you must speak up. If you are not speaking up, you have some doubts, you must speak up and ask your faculty members, ask your teachers, what is it that I want to do? This is what is my plan. Is it right? Is it wrong? You will have a lot of guidance. Career focus is something, like you should know there are three things which is here, which is like, who am I? What do I want? And being excellent and doing things the right way. Who am I? As I told you, I'm a person who will look for possibilities in life. If you think in a positive manner, for anything in your life, it's not just about your only about your career, because career will sail through. You're a human being first. You have to be extremely tough. You should know how to sail through adverse situations. Then only you will be able to, like be a good leader, do whatever you want to do in life. So who am I? I'm a person. I'm a person who who knows what is possibility. I'm a person who looks for possibilities in everything, in every situation. That's something which is extremely important. You must remember this. What do I want? Is it that you want only uh, success by just becoming famous, or you have a different promise? Very important. You know you don't compete with others. Compete with yourself first. Know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. If you work upon your weakness, you might have a lot of weaknesses. All of us have weaknesses. If I work upon my weakness, it can become a strength. And if I have a strength, if I overdo it, it can become a weakness. Say I'm an extrovert, I'm extremely dominant. Okay. So, that might not sail me through everywhere in every situation. So that's what is extremely important. That what do you want? You need to have a vision. You need to have a direction in your life. What's a vision? You stand on a lighthouse and you see, the horizon. So the vision might not be fulfilled uh, in your lifetime. It might be, it might not be, but then you have a direction. You have a vision. 10 years down the line, this is where I want to get to. So for that, you create a mission for yourself. What is it that I want to do now? I'm in the first year, I'm in the second year, I'm in the third year. Yearly targets is something which you have to set for yourself. Set up a schedule for yourself. This is what I need to do. If I have to move out of the college after 4 years and I want to get to an MBA, or I want to become an IAS, or I want to get into college, I want to get into teaching, what are the paths which I have? And for that, is, you know, whatever I'm doing, is that enough, or should I do more? So you have a choice to yourself. You have a choice. You will have a lot of temptations, to move out of the college, to while away your time, to because you're free. It's not a school, but you decide what you want to do and what is helping you. What exactly is helping you to move ahead in life? Doing certain things, if it's not helping you, if it is detrimental to your career growth, please don't get into those activities. You might be having lot of influences from different friends, or different friends, colleagues, that okay, get into this, get into that. After my engineering, I can do this, I can do that. But decide what you want to do. Why have you chosen engineering as your field? What is it that you want to give to the society? That's something. Do I want to help others? Do I want to create a community of engineers? What do I want? Do I want to get into innovation? Do I want to get into research? Ask yourself. Just learn the concepts. Just studying and creating your uh, having a degree will not help you. Know what you can, what value you can add when you are moving out of the college. How you can, you should take pride that I'm from this college, I'm from Asansol Engineering College, and this is, you might be having an alumni association. So these are the alumni associations, and these are the people. This is how they are creating a difference in the society, either by being in good positions in the society, or by being, in whichever way it is, whatever you want. That's your thing. Third thing is aim for excellence. Aim for excellence is build up your brand. Build up your brand by aiming for excellence, not by running after a certain what would I say, a smaller goal, a pointed goal. That would not help you. That will help you in the, I would say, in the initial years. But when you grow up, because whatever you learn today in the colleges is going to be your foundation. These are the concepts, these are the learnings. It is not only about your academic learning, it is about your life learnings as well, which your teachers, your faculty are going to teach you. And that's how you build up your brand. Then you can do things which are unforgettable. And doing things right is something which is, uh, like I would say, you might have to pay a price for this. Because when you grow up, you might have to take a lot of tough decisions in life. like, you might have to fire your people, you might have to decide if this project is good or bad, you might have to see whether I launch the project or not. So there are a lot of things which are there. At that point of time, your ethics, your values will come in place. So you have to do the right thing always. If you do as you know that every action is an equal and opposite reaction. So if you do the right thing, life is going to give it back to you, and all of you have the potential to be successful, but you might at times have to pay a price for it. So I'll just ask you a question here. This was asked to us quite some time back. uh, Say there are two railway tracks. Okay, one is an unused track where no train goes. The other is a used track where regular trains are there. So I'm driving a train. I'm an engine driver, and on the used track there are six children playing. On the unused track there is one child playing. I'm the engine driver. I'm running the train. I see six children playing on the used track where I'm running. I see one child playing on the unused track where the trains do not generally go. So I have two options: either to take the train on the unused track and kill one child, or take the train on the used track and kill six children. I don't have an option to stop. I don't have an option to signal. What will you do? You can put it up on the chat, or you can speak up. Maybe one or two can speak up. That would be easy. I just stop share for a minute.
Well, ma'am, we are getting very mixed responses.
Yeah, I can
Some,
see that. Okay.
yeah.
So, yeah, I can see that. Okay. So, this is a hypothetical example. So, technically, a person would, because the six children who are wrong, they're playing on the wrong track. Okay. So, I will kill those six children to move ahead. And why should I, even if one person is right? So, that's the point which I wanted to make. If one person is right and the others are all saying wrong, what happens is, in life we give up. We say, okay, let's go by the majority. Majority is not always the right thing. So you need to decide your course of action. When I say like meeting, whether the like taking doing things right. So one minute, I said, just a second, I'm sharing a screen. So as I was telling you, clarity, sorry, there's a spelling mistake. Clarity precedes success. If you if you know what you are doing and why you are doing it, you will get success in your life. So as I was telling you, it's about vision, passion. You might have you should know what you are doing. What are your drivers? Is money driving you? That's also, is money your passion? Yes, okay. Is money not your passion? Is it like knowledge your passion, that you want to study more, you want to get into research, you want to, so you should know what you want in life. It is not about what others want you to be. It is about what you want to be, how you can make best use of these 4 years. And these are the time when you can reflect. You might not get the time later on to reflect on your life, on your career. Success, you need to have your aspirations, your objectives. List down your objectives, journal. What is it that I want in the first year? What are the skills which I should acquire if I have to go there? What is my ambition, and where do I stand? If I have to fulfill my ambition of being XYZ, where do I stand? What do I do? What are the things which I need to improve on? Take feedback from people, take open feedback, and don't shy away. There's nobody to judge you. All your teachers, all your batchmates are here to help you. It is not that if you fail in the class, if you're asking something in the class and the person is not, you are not able to answer, that's okay, because these are your learning years. It's better that, it's like a community which you are in. And very important, you must know your priorities. What is my priority? How, if my priority is to get to an X position in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, this is what I would look at. Where do I stand now on a scale of 1 to 10? Am I ready for the interview? Am I ready to get to the job? Am I ready to be a CA? Am I ready to go for my MBA? I'm ready to go for my MTech, or whatever you want to do. So these are the years, these are the formative years. Your school is over, you're in college. Have clarity. Otherwise, it'll be, it might be late. You might not get this chance. I think very important, as I was telling you, there are some limiting beliefs. It's all about us, what we decide to do. If you have limiting beliefs, there is this fear of failure. If I fail, what? I might fail one exam, I might fail a semester, or I might fail in an interview. That's okay. That's not the end of the life. You have a second chance. Learn from your failures. So it's not that, everybody, you must have, we have so many examples of failures in amongst the celebrities, amongst the people who have failed, and they are doing so well in life. Fear of unknown. Fear of unknown is when you step out of the college. College is a closed environment. School is even closer. College is still a closed environment. You have all your known faces. When you step out into the world outside the college, you must be prepared so hard that you are able to take the pressure which you will get. So I'm not scaring you, but it's an unknown world where you will have to prove yourself all over again. Whatever theory you have learned here, you have to go and apply it practically. And sometimes, believe me, you will see whatever you have learned and wherever you are working has no sync at all. At that point of time, you might face a lot of frustration. Textbooks teach you something else, but you are in the real world, you learn on the job. So that's where you can, your uh, like what will come up is your your persona or your personality, how well you can take, how well you can take pressure, how well you can handle people. You will have colleagues, you will have bosses. You might get in as a trainee into an organization. So you will have expectations from them. So if you prepare yourself now for these things, it will be easy for you to take the thrust. Fear of commitment, fear of rejection. I'll take up rejection first. Rejection is something which is like, if I get rejected by in an interview, if I get rejected, so or anybody, by anybody, I get rejected by my, my family members. It is not interview rejection, or any kind of rejection in life is not about. It's about not fitting into uh, that person's boundary, that person's fitment. Every organization has a fitment, that I will take a person, I will take a, person who has this much of grade, this much of, is from this particular college, is this much of age. If I am not fitting into an organization's fitment criteria, does not mean that I am bad. He has a fitment criteria A, B, C, D. I am D, E, E, I am E, F, G, H. So I don't fit in, we don't match, that's okay. So I will find a fitment for myself. So that's where it's a rejection. It is a rejection of your idea. It is not rejecting you as a person, because we are always so used to living up to others' standards. Like he or she is from XYZ college, so he is good. That's not the case. He or she is from XYZ school, he is good. He is heading an organization, he is good. So that's not the case always. Of course, I'm not doubting anything, but yes, it's all up to me how I can make the best of myself. Fear of commitment is, when we are in the unknown space, we fear a commitment. We are not ready to commit to ourselves that this is what I need to do. And when we are not committing to ourselves, we are vague. That is not going to drive us. If we are vague, life is going to drive us. Nothing else is going to help us. So you have to make a commitment to yourself that in the next 1 year, this is what I'm going to do. This is the percentage I'm going to earn, or this is, whatever you feel, whatever your dream is, because you all are young adults. So you know what is good for you, what is bad for you, but you need guidance. So, yes, you have your faculty members, you have people around you to guide you. So, and I think this is the last slide. I see a lot of hands coming up. So, this is for your reference. You can have the greatness in your service. Don't look at being famous, don't go by the flow. Thank you. Yeah, I would request you to open up for questions. I can see a lot of hands. And
Okay, I will let them in. Just
I think there's a question which is very interesting. I'm so much confused to make decisions. I don't know how to make decisions. I'm always thinking what others will think about me. Why are you bothered about others? You have a chosen track. You are studying in one of the good colleges. So what's holding you back from making a decision? Decide what you want to do.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Good
Yes.
morning, ma'am.
Yes.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
Ma'am, a few minutes back, you were talking about failures in life. So, I have a question. If I got failures in every step of my life, then I will be very depressed, or I will be pressurized for family to do something, or to be like to be successful in my life, or I got frustrated. So, what can I do at that situation?
See, failure, have you failed according to your standard, or have you failed according to your family's standards? Because many a times what happens is people say that, get into, you could not become an engineer, so you are a failure. You have not done well in the exam, so you are a failure. Is it that failure? It depends on how you take it. You have to learn what I did right, what I did wrong. If you want that, I want to be an engineer, I want, this is my aim in life, this is my dream in life, I want to work, I want to do XYZ, and you chart out a plan for yourself. Talk to people, talk to your parents, or whoever it is, your family, who tell you that you are a failure.
But ma'am, you were talking about that there are so many mentors. They will like teach us, or like they can plan our future. I take my parents like mentor. If they are saying that it's your goal and you have to reach it, but I got failure in life, then what can I do? I think my parents know me better than myself.
So if that is the case, if you feel that your parents have taken the right decision for you and they are your mentors, but you are not able to live up to their expectations, see what went wrong there. So you still have a chance. Maybe you have failed twice, you have failed thrice. You still have a chance to prove yourself. See what went wrong in that decision, or in that, whatever context you are talking about. Say I did not get through, I did not get these many marks, but okay, I will prove my parents that, this is what I want to do in life, this is my aim, this is my vision, and this is where I will get to. My parents will be proud of me. Because my parents, I'll tell you, 15 years back, 20 years back, 20 years back, I guess, they wanted me to be an engineer. They wanted me to study science, and I was very bad at science. I'm very bad at maths also today. So I need a calculator for almost everything. But today my parents are proud of me because they know because I told them I will not be, after 10th, I will not be taking up science because I'm not good at it. I will not be able to, I used to dread maths. So today, as time goes by, people learn, but you have to believe in yourself first, that I am good. If you feel that I am a failure, nobody else can help you. Yes, I think
Okay, ma'am.
whatever.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think there are a lot of questions. How do
question
you want me
from
to take it, sir?
this question from Upma Mukhopadhyay, roll number 19. Someone raises her hand. You can ask.
Yes, you can ask Upama.
I just
Yes, you can ask.
ma'am, I just asked the question. It was Upam Mukhopadhyay.
Okay, you asked. Okay, okay. Lekha Mehta has
Good
raised her hand.
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I want to actually ask you that sometimes we fear a lot, means before taking a career or at the starting point of a career, we feel a lot of afraid and confusion that what to do, what should we should not do. So how to remove this confusion and how to remove this fear in us?
What is this fear about?
This fear is about everything, like whether we will be able to do the thing or not, whether we will be able to study properly, whether we will be able to fulfill uh, our parents' wishes and dreams and our dreams.
So, is this fear, when you fear and when you have anxiety, is this helping you in any way to take a decision?
No, actually, it is demotivating me.
So, when you have not taken the exam, when you have not plunged into it, why do you have to fear? Because you are thinking about something which has not happened. Will I be able to do it? What if my grades are low? What if I'm not selected? So, that's an emotion which you're having which has not taken place. Say the COVID situation is there. If I constantly fear tomorrow, that if I get COVID, what will happen? If I'm infected with COVID, what will happen? I'll see what to do when I get infected with COVID. I can take the precautions, I can do my best. But the moment I'm infected, I cannot do it, help it. I have to go to a doctor, I have to do. But before that, if I start worrying about it, what agar mere ko COVID ho gaya, what will happen? It is not helping me. It is not helping me to do my work, to do my studies, nothing. So, handling an emotion, an event which has not happened, and thinking about that will take us back. You can only move ahead when you are in the present and you see, okay, fine, I appeared for an interview, or this is the career which I had chosen, this is not working, I did not get selected, and I'm feeling bad about it. That's something which is okay. You feel bad about it, but learn from it. What went wrong there?
So how should we remove this fear of or anxiety? How we should focus on the present?
You can focus on the present by doing, by taking action. Look for, when you are studying, say study, and don't think about what if I fail in the exam, or what if I don't do well in my semesters. Because if I'm thinking about it, I'm not able to focus myself on my studies also, right? That's the thing.
Mm. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I think somebody has given a very good thing. Thinking about the past brings back regret. Worrying about the future makes us anxious. So we should always stay in the present. Manavi.
There is one more question. Raise hand from Rahul Misra.
Yes, Rahul.
Rahul, you can ask now.
Rahul, you have to unmute yourself, dear.
No, I have opened the option to unmute him.
He has not unmuted himself, sir.
Okay. So Hirok said, please take few questions from the chat box which you feel
Okay,
relevant.
I
Yeah,
got
I
a nice
think.
question. Yeah,
Yeah,
ma'am.
please. Yes,
The
yes, please.
question,
Yeah, please.
the question that we got is, why can't we prove ourselves until we are in the top 10? And if we by chance this happens, why society sees us with a vision of respect after getting success in life, but not in the journey of success?
Yeah, it's a beautiful question. I was about to take that up. So, see, as I was telling you, success is what you define yourself. Is it the fact that you are doing something to prove to others, or you're proving to yourself? Say, for example, I want to get into research. Research, I know, might not give me a lot of money. And my parents keep on comparing me with my neighbor's son, who is working in an MNC, and he earns a lot of money and he is successful in life. That's what typically happens. He's earning so much, he has got a job in an MNC, he's earning these many lakhs. The fact is, that is what maybe he wanted. And the fact is he happy with that? You have to choose. Success will depend on what you want in life. What is your clarity? You don't have to prove to the society, you have to prove to yourself. And you tell yourself that I am happy with this. I want to get into research. I'm just giving you an example. and I want to study, I want to gain knowledge. I'm not here to make profits. So that's what it is about. What you want. You don't have to prove to the society. Society might put a lot of pressure on you. So if you choose to be unconventional, you have to pay a price for it. Price in the sense you have to, a lot of people will tell you a lot of things. You could have joined the job, the job was giving you so much of money, but you chose to do something else. You chose to become an entrepreneur. There are people, I think you must have seen the movie Three Idiots. So that's a live example of what I want to do, what's the passion which I want to follow. I don't have to care for the society. Of course you have to take into account the practicalities of life, whatever is there. But if you want to do something and if you really want that this should happen, you have to work towards it. You don't have to prove it to others. You will be able to prove it to others when you are, as you said, the journey is tough. It is not easy. So you have to be in the journey and success will come to you. Maybe after a few years, after 10 years or 15 years. Because that's what I said. My parents were not happy when I took up science. After my MBA, I did not get a good placement. My parents were not happy with the job. So, but then down the line, I was able to prove. I stayed on to whatever I wanted to do. So that's the thing. You need to decide what is good for you. Are you happy with that?
Ma'am, we have a very interesting question. At least it interests me quite a lot. The question is from Ayush Agarwal from the CSBS department, and he asks, should someone opt for multiple career options at the same time?
Yes, if it interests you, if you can clarify, what do you mean by multiple career options? Is it like options which you want to have after you complete your studies? That's what you mean by multiple options, that if I don't get this, I want to go to this.
Yeah, ma'am, probably that is what he meant.
Yeah, you can. So that's your choice purely. Suppose, after my engineering, I have two options. Maybe I want to go for my MBA, or maybe I want to go for my I want to go for my MTech, or I want to take up jobs. And maybe I have some dream companies with me that I want to get into the manufacturing sector. If I don't, I will get into a service sector. Whatever it is, whatever you want. So that's very good. Rather, I would say that you have the clarity that I have multiple options. If this is not working out, I will get into something else. But you have to be very sure why you are making that choice. Is it because like you have to prove it against the same thing? Is it because you have to prove it to others, or is it because you want to see that, okay, fine, this is what I wanted to do, but if this is not working out for me and I'm not prepared for this, let me take a second option. And whatever choice you make, you have to live with it. You should not be regretting after 5 years or 10 years of your life that I wish I had continued in my first career. Because in every career, wherever you go, is a learning for you. You will learn a lot in everything.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, there's Shuman Mishra who has been asking a question regarding how to avoid procrastination because that is his major problem.
Yeah, it's a very common problem with a lot of people. So think about it, that is procrastination helping you or not? Always, when you are taking any decision in life, when you are doing anything, maybe you might feel that waking up in the morning, these are the things which I have planned. But end of the day, when you go to sleep, you feel that I wasted my day. I was just thinking about it. I decided I'll do so many things and nothing worked out. I was just thinking about it. So one thing which really works for me, I don't know if it will work for you, is journaling. That is, writing it down on a diary, the to-do list. These are the things which I will do. So maybe one day out of 5 items, I do 3, or I do 2. Next day, I do 2. Again, next day, I do 2. Because on the other 3 items, what I had decided to do, I have been procrastinating, whether I should do it or not, or I was thinking about it. But the moment you start writing and you see that, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, I have not acted upon what I have what I wanted to do, you will have a feeling of, a guilt, a fact that, I'm not acting on it. So one way to remove procrastination is to act, is to be in action. That's something which can work for you. I'm not sure because this works for me, because I also feel that, I didn't do this task. I didn't do this task. So that's something which might work for you.
Well, we do not have a lot of time left. Amit, you can ask a question as Avik sir is requesting you to.
Amit,
Amit, are you?
You are from IT department. You can now able to unmute yourself. You can ask your question.
Yeah, Amit has already unmuted himself. Amit, go ahead. Ask the question.
Yes, Amit.
What happens? Any problem is there, I think.
Amit, are we audible to you? Well, probably there might be some network connectivity issues, ma'am. There is one question from Shubhotip that we have received that, ma'am, I get confused about everything and I cannot,
Yeah,
I
I have
am
seen
in,
how to clear it when
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
alone, overthinking, crashing my mind. Cannot do, though meditation help me to focus in career. So do you do meditation, Shubhadeep? If you're doing it, is very good. Otherwise, I think you can, as I was telling you, you have your mentors, you have your teachers in the college around you, your friends, you can talk to them. And I was telling, as there was somebody else who put up a question on procrastination, that there are a lot of thoughts which keep coming into your mind. And that comes from, different people telling you different things. This is good, this is bad, this is what I'm doing. And when you are sitting alone, you might think and it will get confused. Again, I'm telling you, write down and ask yourself the question of why. Question of for the sake of what am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I doing my engineering? What is it? What is it that is in store for me at the end of my engineering career? Why have I come here to become an engineer? What are my dreams? Where do I visualize myself? That will help you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. There's another question that how can I stop overthinking?
Yeah, I think these are the same questions on procrastination.
Yeah.
So overthinking, procrastination can help you if you journal, in the sense that if you write down, because you will feel that, when you see something in written, you feel that I have not taken action on 3 4 items. That can help you.
Okay, Hirok sir, Bihul Chatterjee is asking some question, but I can't.
Hall, why don't you write it down in the chat box?
I think Rahul has a question, so I'll just take it up. When we take any decision, we don't know whether the decision is going to be good or bad. So my question is, we should do or how we should make decision in our life. See, no decision is good or bad. That's what I told you in the beginning. Don't regret on any decision of your life. No decision is good or bad. Which you list down the pros and cons of a decision when you want to take. Write down what are the pros, what are the benefits of this decision if I take this decision, what are the hindrances, what are the contributing factors, what are the hindering factors for this decision. And no decision is good or bad. Every decision is right. Should not be regretting on any decision. Because whenever you take a decision, that helps you to learn something from that experience.
Okay, so I think Bihul can ask now.
You all?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, my name is Bihal Chatterjee, and actually, my problem is that I'm a very fickle-minded person. Like, I don't know what is right for me. Like, uh, in my when I was in 11 and 12, I was always interested in research and higher studies. But after that, when I looked for the society, everyone earns in the very young age and helps their parents. So if I choose my path in research and higher studies, then it will be very late for fulfilling my dreams, like being independent or something like that. So I don't know how to choose my path, career path. Please, if you please suggest me that how should I choose my.
So the dilemma is about whether you should get into research, or you are interested in research from 11th, 12th. So the dilemma is about whether you want to get into research, and research might not give you that much of a financial freedom, or should you
Yes,
get
ma'am.
into. So do you think you have an option after completing your engineering of getting into a job and continuing your research after some time? You have to see what is important for you. Is financial stability very important for you? Is that your dream? Is that what you want? And or is it that your parents want that you should get into a good job, and the financial angle of it? Or is there a possibility of working for a few years and then getting into getting into a research? Maybe you have accumulated some money by working, and then you get uh, into a research, if that's possible for you, where you can fund your studies, and at the same time, in the first 2 years, you are able to support your parents, and whatever your dream is, if that combination works for you. Or
Okay,
if it
ma'am.
is that important, you are extremely passionate about getting into research, then I think you should go ahead with that. So you have to make a choice for that, whether I should live my dreams or live my parents' dreams.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, whenever I see any career option, I get interested in that. Like, if anyone is doing MBA, then I think that MBA is interesting. It will help me to earn a lot of monies, and like that's lot of myths come into my mind.
So yes, there is a myth that uh, so you have to ask yourself, what do I want? Do I want to, after my engineering, do I want to go for an MBA so that I earn money, or do I want to get into some other career? So don't go by
Okay, ma'am.
the fact that there are a lot of careers which are there. So you need not go by the fact what career is trending. You have to decide for yourself what you want. People might tell you a lot about lot of things. You go for an MBA, you go for a hotel management, you go for this, you go for fashion designing, whatever you want. There are a lot of, because there are trending careers which keep coming in every decade or so.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving such a lot of time with such motivating and enlightening words. And I truly believe that our students will be greatly benefited from all the advices, all the suggestions that we have received from your end. From on behalf of the college, we would like to really thank you, and thank you is probably not that big a word that we can actually express our gratitude for the session that we had. So this is a token of appreciation from our end for you, ma'am, for giving your time for us. And I believe that we'll be having more sessions, not only over the virtual platform, but also very much face to face with our students in our college and in our seminars in the future. Till then, ma'am, thank you so much for being with us for today.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Professor Gupta, and thanks to all the students. I'm sorry that I could not address all the questions because of the time constraint, but I would definitely love to, have another session or whatever the college decides. And I thank Principal Sir and all other faculty members. Thank you so much, and I love this screen. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye. All the best to all the students.
Obik sir, now are we ready to end the meeting?
I think yes, we can.
Thank you, students, for being there. And it was because of your presence at the meeting, the discussion, the discourse became so interesting. And definitely, we would also like to thank Asansol Engineering College, our principal sir, registrar sir, all the HODs, and definitely Obik sir for organizing such a wonderful, such an enlightening session. Thank you all. Obik sir, now you may end the meeting.
Asansol Engineering College is the main host, so I can't end the meeting.
Okay.
I have to leave.
So who's going to control that, sir?